In this session, we're going to talk about exports out of InQI. There could be many different types of exports, but you have to remember, InQI is all about what you see is what you get. What you see on the screen is what you're going to get on an export. It's going to be to the scale, it's going to be in the format of PDF or DXF, however you want it, but it's what you see, what you get. If you don't see it on the screen, you're not going to see it on the export. So we're on the exports. So when you log into a project, you put the address, you get a project. I already have one ready here. On this project, I have gone out and basically created a handful of items, right? We created a grass area, which is 7,600 square foot. There is a concrete area, there's a driveway, there's property boundaries, and you can see there is the topography. So this is basically what I'm seeing. So when I export it out, it will be what I will get, right? So that's what's going to work. So how does the export work? You go to the export tab. On the export tab, there are a handful of settings that you have to pay close attention to. One is export setting. It is defaulted to low DPI, 250 DPI. The higher DPI, the better quality of export, but also it would take longer. The image is going to be larger, it will take longer. You can choose whichever one you like. Have in mind that if you choose a higher DPI, it might take longer for it to generate it. It's not stuck or anything, it's just taking longer. You have the option to do the entire parcel, which is basically the dotted lines. This is the property. Or you can choose to do a frame. You can choose to do a frame. When you click on it, you basically drag a frame around and say, I want that section. That basically is an option. These couple of fields are an important part. You have an option. There's a session in the playlist about localizing it, about branding this to your, to your design firm, to your architectural firm, to your brand. If you choose to do that, then you click on this one. Therefore, your brand will appear on it. Have in mind that these are settings that you have to check on before you do an export. You might just leave it as default, but you have to go to them. There is branding for permits and design elements, right? Now, in certain cases, I'm going to put that in there in this section. In some of the cases, you have the ability to generate permitted plans. These are drafted permits that you can take to the city. You can have your elements to be shown. You can email it to yourself and also manage some of your plans. So this is the setting. Once you have the setting, then you have the formats. The formats that you can export out are the site plan itself. And remember, the site plan, what you see is what you get. In a PDF format, SVG format, CAD file, DXF format, and also there's a screenshot PDF, which is a screenshot of this on a site plan to the scale. Have in mind that the CAD file and SVG are editable, while the others are not. You're going to have to use various tools to be able to extract information from. There are currently two specialized reports. One is the landscaping report, which has the information about the landscaping elements on the project. And the other one is a property report. There will be enhancements to these two reports, and there will be additional reports that are going to be put in here as the time goes. We also have the latest image that you can basically crop and use, the image that you see on the screen. To find out what is the latest image, you go to the setting and you see this image was taken September 2nd, and there's many more images as well previously. These are aerial pictures, so they are more accurate than satellite pictures, and also they're taken more often. Once you know what you want to print, once you have done everything that you want to see on the screen, you select the output and simply say request the one. You can select multiples, but if you do select multiples, then it will take longer for each one. As you select it, it will go and process it here. As it becomes available, you notice this is a large property. This is about 1 acre. It's going to take a little longer. Smaller properties, there's less information. It would take a lot less. So this is, well, maybe 5 seconds or 10 seconds, and pretty much the site plan is done. Now, if you're generating the site plan in a DXF format, it might take a little longer than a PDF, but let's go take a look. And when we open it, you will see that it is basically the site plan that we saw. What you see, actually, let me go here. What you see is what you get. And the critical part is, if you don't see it on the screen, you can go to these layers and define it. Define a tree, define another structure, define any object. These are the things that you have to have in mind when you export it. So to recap, what you see is what you get. You can export it all different formats you see listed. Make sure your format settings, export settings are set correctly. And then within the seconds, you can have the most detailed site plan at your fingertip. Thank you for your time.